Everybody, my name is Tom Summers with Coldwell Banker. I'm a licensed real estate agent in the Minneapolis-St. Paul metro area of Minnesota. I'm fully licensed and have been now for just about 20 years. I do a series of these podcasts and I like to give pointers and tips to potential buyers and sellers to help them understand different things that are going on in the market. Right now, in late November 2022, there's a crisis going on with regards to inflation, cost of goods and services, all of the other stuff that we've got going on right now. And mortgage rates in literally the last 6 months have almost doubled. So people are scared, people are concerned. I fully get that. So today I wanted to talk about rates, but I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. I just want to give you some basic information to help guide you to understand what to look for. So many people are always trying to time the market. When should we buy? When should we sell? There isn't a good time to buy or sell. It depends on your situation. Two people can be selling. For one person, it's a good time. For the other, it's not. It has so much to do with what it is that you are trying to achieve. So I'm going to try to go through the rate idea here real quick to give you some confidence. I want you to stay away from the newspapers and believing everything you read, because so much of that is purposely put out there to get you worried or concerned or upset so that you tune in and read more. And I don't think that that benefits anybody. So here's what I can tell you that I know to be true. When the Fed raises the prime rate, and I know you've been probably hearing in the news lately, they raised it another 0.75 basis points or 3/4 of a percentage point. Everybody gets upset. What's prime? Prime is the rate that you pay on your credit cards, home loans. Now, I don't mean mortgage loans, but like an equity line of credit, credit cards. That's what the prime is. But the prime isn't necessarily tied to a mortgage rate. Mortgage rates are more tied to bonds, but I'm not going to go into detail because, again, I want to keep this really simple and basic. It took me a long time to understand this being in the business. Think of it this way, when inflation rises, home interest rates go up. So when the feds are raising that prime rate, their objective is to slow spending and help to get the inflation to come down. Some will argue that they're acting right now with perfect timing. Others will argue that they should have started this a year or two ago. I can't say. That remains to be seen. I'm only living in the world right now and what's going on. So if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, when you hear that the interest rates are going up, don't necessarily attach the prime rate to what a mortgage rate is. So if you want to buy a house, hearing the feds with all this inflation raising that prime rate is actually good. Because when they can get the inflation to start to come down and get it under control, then the interest rates will lower because of it. So don't assume that everything is bad. Know that you want inflation to come down, not only just for all of us to have more affordable gas and goods and services, but when the interest rate's under control, the interest rates are lower. I think that people that are trying to time the market, like I said, it's an impossible thing to do because the market changes. So if you are truly interested in buying a house or thinking about moving forward to buy a house, the best advice I can give you is talk to a lender or a loan officer. Ask them. There are a lot of buyers right now that are sitting on the sidelines that aren't looking at houses, assuming the interest rates are higher than they actually are right now. They came down about 1/3 of a point in the last week or two after the last announcement that the Fed was raising at 3/4 of a point. So now I'm seeing that they're under 7%. Talk to people who have the inside track and have the knowledge to walk you through and give you accurate information. That's the best advice I can give you. You can't time it, So by being informed, at least you can cut your risk and it will improve. It's just going to take a little bit of time. So now you need to figure out, when do you want to buy? The other piece that you need to consider is if you wait forever for the interest rates to go down, more than likely, once the interest rates go down, the prices will go right back up again because there'll be more interest again. So you're kind of playing it both ways. And I had mentioned in my last blog that marry the house and date the interest rate. And that's still truly a true statement. Buy the house that you love, knowing if the rate is higher now, that when there's the next refi boom and the rates come down, you're going to refinance. Because even if the rates come down 6, 8 months, a year from now, there's no guarantee that the prices will be a lot lower on the homes, because we're still facing a shortage of homes. Some are saying 7 to 10 million homes need to be built just to keep up with the demand of the folks who want to purchase a home. So all of these things kind of play into the same thing. I want to encourage you, think about it ahead of time. Don't react to what you read and what you hear, but go to the experts and ask them. That will help you at least kind of know what's going on. If you have any questions, as always, I always say, give me a call. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions for you, because the interest rates do affect sellers as well as buyers, but for different reasons, which is pretty much common sense. But nonetheless, it works both ways. Have a wonderful week. I wanted to share this with you just to get the information out, because I'm getting so many phone calls from people that are panicking, and there's no need to panic. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I'm Tom Summers with Coldwell Banker, and I am a licensed agent in the Minneapolis-St. Paul metro area. Geez, it's been that long of a day. I did vote, though, so that's good. I'm sorry I'm kind of babbling through this, but hopefully I drove the point home and gave you some good information.